all things breastfeeding and pumping from a mom of 2 and things I wish I would have known my first time around. Disclaimer, this is my opinion from what's worked for me and my experience. Time around I had low supply as well as mastitis and engorgement. Second time around, doing things differently. I have a good high supply and no complications and no mastitis, so let's get into it. The thing we're going to be talking about is the different types of pumps that you have when you're trying to nurse or build a supply. First one is going to be your hospital grade pump. If you have good insurance, you might get this covered at the hospital. Second is going to be your wearable pumps. Third is going to be your manual pump. Pros and cons for each machine. Hospital grade, this is going to be your strongest machine. Cons is that you do have to sit down and technically wear it for 20 to 30 minutes to get a good supply out. Wearable pumps, pros, you're able to wear it around and get things done while you're pumping. Cons is that these are really annoying to clean. There's like 40 different little pieces you have to take off and wash and clean and sanitize. On top of it, you take this off, sometimes a lot of milk can spill out. So that's just an annoying part of it. And my personal favorite, this is something I didn't use my first time around, which I live by now with my second baby, is your wearable pump, which is my Haakaa. A bit of backstory with my firstborn, I had the epidural. So when the lactation consultant came in to talk to me, a little bit loopy to understand what they were saying. I went home, winged it, took my son, and right after I would go with my hospital grade pump. Doing that, I got severe engorgement, which was worse than childbirth in my opinion. Pain was unbearable. Second time around, I didn't get an epidural, so I was in the right state of mind. This time around, I actually understood what the lactation consultant was saying, and she told me to try to avoid pumping for the first 4 weeks to let yourself just naturally regulate supply. I didn't get any mastitis, no engorgement, no pain. Pumping to the side, and I just used my manual Haakaa on one side while my daughter would nurse on the other side, and this helped tremendously. I was actually able to make more from the Haakaa than I was to do with pumping. When I was pumping, I would get 2 ounces on each side. With the Haakaa, I was getting 4 to 5 ounces just from one side. That's literally how I built my supply the first 3 months. After the 4-week regulation mark, I would say if you're trying to pump and build a supply, if you're working, you can't be at home to on-demand feed, I highly recommend getting the hospital grade pump because I feel like these just, I don't use them. I use them maybe once or twice and it was $400 and it wasn't worth it. Hospital grade pump, I still time to time will use it. I fall asleep and I just feel like I need to get rid of some milk. Somebody that doesn't have time to sit for 20-30 minutes a day to pump, I would highly recommend getting the wearable one. It's literally just based on your lifestyle needs. I would highly recommend picking one of these or choosing to pump and feed out of a bottle. Get the Haakaa as well. Only $20 to $30. But now I'm solely exclusively breastfeeding on demand. Really use this. This helped me build up a good supply and allow my supply to be where it is now, where she is eating off of both sides. A full feed each time she eats. When your baby gets older, they do need to increase eating volume, but when they're babies, like newborns, they are getting a little bit less. Pouring with whatever is on the other side is great for newborns. If you are somebody that's planning on pumping, don't clean these every single wash. That's what I was doing and it was driving me crazy. I would do is I would use this, take these parts off, I would unlatch this, and I would just take these parts, some of the Ziploc bags in the fridge, and then every time I'd pump, just take them out, use them, put them back in. At the end of the night, I would clean them. So it's gonna save you a lot of time. But I hope these could have helped if you are pumping and nursing. And if you have any more questions, leave them down below.